real quick. We'll see what it sounds like when I run it back later on. Y'all can hear this, can't y'all? Can y'all hear the beat? Can y'all hear the beat? Can y'all hear me? Shit, can y'all hear me? This will only take a second. Gia?
And they're censoring the protests. So
pause, man. Pause, dude. Pause. I wanna tap into something in a little bit. I'm just trying to get it up. I'm gonna tap into some Asman Gold. See if he gets me in trouble or not. I ain't monetized this motherfucker so I can share it with y'all and shit. I want to see what y'all thinking. So what's up, y'all? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? Figured I'd tap in. You know what I'm saying? Figured I'd tap in. Come say what up. See what's going on, man. We got aliens headed to Earth. About to attack Earth and annihilate the human race. What else we got? We got lists that people want to find out. We got people blocking lists and trying to get the list out there, and judges saying, no, we ain't having no list. Then we got the chick in prison trying to drop the dime on like 100 people. I just figured, fuck it. Everybody else talking about it, but I don't know, man. I don't be clicking on the shit. I just think for myself and say, fuck it. I watch Osmond Gold, but I ain't been watching nothing about the list, because to be honest with you, when it comes to the old list, y'all know what I'm talking about, the Epstein bullshit. Man, I just don't be feeling it. You know what I mean? I don't think there's some magical fucking list where there's like, you know, a list of people laid out saying, oh, well, these 422 people were the ones that messed with kids. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think it's there. I don't think there's a list of people that they got. I think there's like pages of certain things that were done and certain people got shit, but I don't think there's no list. You know, everybody keeps saying the list. Like, we pretty much know who the fuck was hanging out with this dude. Like, you pretty much know all the big timers. You know what I mean? All the big time names. We know the Clintons. You know what I mean? We know Barack was hanging out with these Bamas. I mean, we know Trump was hanging out with them. There's pictures of them together and shit. I mean, we know. This was a rich motherfucker. Had his own island to party on and shit. I mean, we know these fools be messing around, these princes and shit. You know, like the prince from the UK, I guess, Prince something, Prince Albert, Prince something. I don't know what the fucking prince is. But you know, these lists, man, we ain't gonna get no. I think we should be worrying about other shit, man. No bullshit. I mean, I think honestly, I think the conservatives opened it up for the Democrats to use this shit against the whole presidential 4 years. They're gonna use this shit for the next 4 years because of a list not coming out. I think we should have asked for different shit. Fuck a list. Let's get this Ghislaine Maxwell. Let's get this bitch in front of Congress. Let's get this bitch in front of some judges, in front of some people, and ask some questions. Tell me this. Why in the fuck ain't this bitch been questioned before? Well, she just shut the fuck up. This bitch just took 20 on the arm like it wasn't nothing. This bitch just said, nah, man, I'll take 20 years in prison. I ain't giving up shit. Is she that gangster? She went that hard? And think about it. This chick is in trouble for all the shit that's going on. This dude dies. And it's kind of mysterious. Even if he offed himself or somebody else offed him, it's still mysterious. I can't imagine she's sitting around thinking, you know, damn. But maybe that shut her up. Maybe that shut her up. Maybe the, you know, some people went and talked to her and said, hey, look, you know, this dude didn't do what we're saying he did, but if you don't want nothing to happen to you, you shut the fuck up and take. Do you want 20 years in prison or do you want to get erased off this planet? Maybe. I mean, all this shit went down under Trump, didn't it? It was like 2019 or some shit when all the shit went down. And then the Democrats stepped in, and the Democrats didn't do nothing? It's kind of confusing, ain't it? Like, why ain't nobody asking no questions, like real questions? You want to see a list? Fuck a list. I want to know why the fuck it just was swept under the rug like it wasn't nothing when all these fucking billionaires and trillionaires and people that run the world was all around this dude, and it was nothing but little girls running around and shit. You know, if they were smart, they would have just put out a fucking list of some names. The names that's already been out there, and a list of a bunch of other names that people didn't even know and shit. You know what I'm saying? Then make people research it and shit and try to find shit. And then it would have took people, you know, 2-3 years to figure out that it's fake this and fake, or to even get their voices heard. I mean, I don't know, man. This shit runs deep, but I don't know. I say fuck a list, man. I say we get that bitch in front of somebody. I want it to be on live TV, and I want to ask her questions, man. I want them to ask her, who the fuck was at these joints? Okay, so you and your little boyfriend, Jeffrey, little Jeffy Jeff, y'all was just chilling. Y'all hung out with all these people, and not one of your motherfucking friends ever was anything like y'all. Y'all were the only two motherfuckers that tried to mess with kids and shit. You know, teenagers and shit. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. But now we're going to have to deal with so much deception and bullshit that's going to come from the Democratic side of things, because they're going to use it. And believe me, can you blame them? Shit. I don't even think they knew what they had until it started erupting, and then all the conservatives was like, hey, well, come on now, Trump, we fucking elected you for this shit. This is why we didn't elect you to fix the country. We elected you to find out the list, goddammit, and you're not giving us the list? What the fuck, dude? The Democrats said, what? Oh, shit, the conservatives are turning on them? Oh, we got to jump on this. We got to jump on. Y'all know Trump's on the list. Trump's on the motherfucking list. And here we go. Off to the races. You know what I'm saying? Same old bullshit, different day. Bunch of bullshit. You know, like I didn't vote for Trump. I guess it was personal and money, because I figured the economy would get better, you know what I'm saying? So the money might get a little bit better in your pockets and shit. But you know, I elected them to, you know, secure the border. At least find out who's coming across that motherfucker and make sure they straight when they come up in the country. You know what I'm saying? Don't just have an open door and any old body can come in and shit. Like, we got enemies, man. Them motherfuckers on planes right now talking about death to America and shit. Look, I'll show y'all. Them motherfuckers on planes right now screaming shit, man.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Going to bomb the plane! Death to America! Death to Trump! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Watch, I'm gonna get in trouble for this shit.
Death to America! Death to Trump! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Oh shit.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Let me lower my shit.
Sit down. Don't move.
Don't move.
Going to bomb the plane. Death to America. Death to Trump. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar.
You know what I'm saying? This why I wanted Trump to get in office, because, you know, this was it says Luton, England or some shit. How the fuck you get out of this motherfucker? All right. So, I mean, these are the motherfuckers that these motherfuckers just strolling through the border like, what up? We here. Now, fuck America, man. We want America to end. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not everybody, but, you know, we got to make sure. I don't want one of these motherfuckers coming in this bitch. I'm tell you straight up, I don't want one of these motherfuckers coming across this motherfucker. Not a narrow one of them, man. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't want anybody to come across the border, man. I'm sure there's plenty of good people that come across the border. And what up? How y'all doing, man? Hope y'all, you know, make y'all way and turn out to be, you know, good people in our country and, you know, become American, you know what I'm saying? Do the right things and to become American, you know what I mean? It's a glorious thing, America, baby. But don't come over here talking about fuck America and shit, man. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Get these motherfuckers the fuck by. See ya. Go on back on over there to Iran or some shit and scream that shit. We don't need that shit around here. Now, that was in England. But we know what happens here, too. We know motherfuckers hate this country, man, and they all up in this bitch hating. But whatever, man. Whatever. The UK got some shit going on. I wanted to show y'all. I wanted to share with y'all. But I'm going to share it through Osmond Gold, because Osmond Gold shared it. He has something. I watched this video and shit. Y'all might not have seen it, man, but see what the hell's going on in the UK in the past couple days. You know what I'm saying? So let me get on over there. Let me go to a picture, fool, so I ain't got to worry about it. All right, let me see. Let me bring this up. Osmond Gold, don't get mad at me now. Don't be like flagging my shit and shit, man. I ain't monetizing, motherfucker. You make plenty of money. You ain't got to worry about me. Let me move myself over so y'all can see Osmond and shit. All right, let me see. All right, let's check it out real quick.
Are there actual big protests going on? UK protests? Wait, why is nobody talking about this? What the fuck? They're getting censored? We have it bad here? Well, let's take a look at some of these.
Yeah, let's take a
really
look.
dampen things down. Until a short time ago,
They're gonna melt.
There were hundreds and hundreds of people here protesting outside the Brook Hotel. We're on the outskirts of Norwich, very much against the fact that asylum seekers are being put up inside that hotel. Then on the other...
Big mistake, bro. You got people that are homeless, but you're dealing with asylum seekers? You're worrying about asylum seekers? Why don't you give asylum to the people that are living in the country that can't fucking afford shit?
Tell him,
Why don't you give them asylum first? Then maybe you can think about the guys that live somewhere else.
Then maybe.
That's just me.
The side of the road, on the other side of the roundabout, was a group of people very much in support of those people who've come to this country, many of them on small boats. They actually left already. That was a planned ending at 3:15 before the rain really began. But actually, it had been going pretty peacefully. They were separated by the main road until, according to reports, someone from those supporting those inside the hotel crossed the road. They had their face apparently covered in a balaclava, and that caused an enormous surge of fury, with the protesters on this side pushing against the police, shouting.
Surely nothing bad will ever come of this, right? Surely there's no way this is going to turn into a problem, right? There's
swearing,
no way.
And then there was a surge maybe 100 meters or so up the road, and it appeared that someone was going to be arrested,
good. I thought
and that possibly a decision was made
I was worried for a minute.
to do that. Since then, we've heard people coming past, beeping.
Now, just for a heads up real quick, from what I got from this is they're pissed off. The people in this place, it's like the second largest place in the UK. God damn it, I can't think of the name of it. They said the name of it. Brisbane maybe or something. I don't even know. But all the people are standing up being like, nah, motherfucker, nah, we ain't having this shit, man. Y'all gonna give these motherfucking illegal immigrants fucking shelter and all this shit, and we out here struggling, can't afford to buy a sandwich at the store because y'all motherfuckers got the prices so hiked up. Y'all taking our fucking freedoms, restricting the fucking internet, restricting our freedom of speech. We can't say shit. We ain't allowed to say the wrongdoings that the people are doing and shit. Like they getting pissed off, and it's boiling over and over and over and over and over. And I've been listening to Osmond Gold. Osmond Gold's got a point. He's been talking about, like, these are the type of things that end up, when they keep going and keep going and keep going, you end up in a situation like World War II. And y'all know who that was in World War II, who went kind of bonkers, and the whole damn country of Germany went kind of bonkers, you know what I'm saying? But here, I'm going to let y'all listen to it.
Their horns in support.
It's like Kingdom of Heaven, bruv.
You can hear
Somebody
that
must
now,
have said that in the
but
chat.
far fewer people here than there were. Now, I did have a chance to speak to some people, many reluctant to go on camera, and certainly those supporting those in the hotel, none of those would speak to us. But I did speak to a man called David, a father of an 8-year-old boy. He's from a couple of miles away in Cossey in Norwich. And he said that he's a veteran. He knows a lot of people who are homeless, that they have nowhere to stay. He himself cannot get a dentist. The people in this hotel are able to get a dentist. He said
they're completely right. There shouldn't be any. If you can't afford to take care of people's teeth, why the fuck are you bussing in people from other countries?
Facts.
What are you doing?
What the fuck
What are you
doing?
thinking?
I'm with you.
You got homeless people there, and you're dealing with some other random ass people coming in from nowhere. A migrant, a fucking migrant. What the fuck does a migrant got to do with it? They have dentists? Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Y'all gotta follow this dude, man.
as well as the food
Number
that they
one
have
dude on YouTube.
inside that hotel.
I always thought that's the reason why a lot of British people watch my stream, is they saw my teeth and they thought I was one of them.
They're given meal tickets, he said, to be able to go to the restaurant across the road, and he just said that simply wasn't right. He also talked about being on the bus.
Why do so many countries worry about asylum seekers and not their own citizens? I'll never understand. The reason why is because it makes Karens feel good about themselves whenever they vote to help these people. But the reason why they feel good about themselves doing it is because they live in a world of privilege where they never have to experience the zero-sum environment of resource allocation. So in their mind, everything is okay and things are fine. So they're okay with giving away other people's money to migrants because it doesn't matter to them, because they're never going to face any consequences on it. And so that's the reason why it gets voted on. And of course, cheap labor, and obviously there's other types of exploitation that occur that way as well. I think that's a good point. Yes.
You know, this is what I think, man. And y'all tell me. I keep trying to figure out is why in the fuck governments want to let invasions happen in their country with illegal immigrants. You know what I'm saying? And not thinking about us, but thinking about the UK and Europe and different places in Europe like France and shit that's like letting all these people in. I'm thinking to myself, these places are small, and I wonder if their thinking is, well, there's 1.4 billion fucking Indians in India. There's, they're outnumbering us like crazy. These countries, there's a lot of them, and there ain't a lot of us. So maybe we need to bring some of these motherfuckers in and hope that they cross over into being more British or more French. And that way we'll have people over here that are the same as over there, but they'll be more British and more France. And we won't have to go to war with these motherfuckers in the long run. Because when it comes down to it, human beings will go to war. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't take much for a country to think, I've got the strong arm now. I can wipe out England and we can conquer it. It's been done over and over and over again throughout history. Gandhi, Alex the Great, going way back. Like, it just happens, and it's going to happen again. You're going to have people trying. You got Russia and Ukraine. You got North Korea wants to take South Korea, but, maybe France and England and all them are thinking that they're weak, and they need to bring people in to build up the population and have some of the so-called enemy be a part of them so they won't be so enemy. You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense? This is the only thing I can think, because why would you, I think about it in smaller terms, like why would I just want to give my house away? Why would I want to look at 10 people that I don't know and be like, man, come on in. Make yourself at home. A matter of fact, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I won't ever complain no matter how bad it is. No matter how much of a piece of shit you are. You can just come up in my house and do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? Why in the fuck would I do that? It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me why a country would just give themselves up to be destroyed. And if you let other motherfuckers come from other places that don't live by the same moral code and don't live by the same, I don't even know what the fucking word is, but they don't live the same, man. They live a whole different type of style of life and shit. They believe in different things. Why would you give up your country to these motherfuckers? I don't understand it. I don't get it. What the and the simple answer for this is the way I look at it. And sorry, excuse me if I offend anyone, but the simple answer would be, so you can get more votes on this side or that side. It's about money. Maybe somebody's paying money for them to take it in. Man, these people don't care. If you think that these governments, the big governments, I ain't talking about little Afghanistans or North Koreas and shit, but the big governments, the ones that's running everything, they don't care about money. Money ain't nothing but a piece of paper. They don't care about money. They care about like oil, food resources, gold, silver, things that make computer chips. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about cash. I don't think nobody's paying England. They care about land too, but they don't care about their own, it seems. I'm so fucking confused about this shit. I really am. It blows my fucking mind. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. And who was it in America? Because it wasn't Joe Biden. Joe Biden wasn't of sound mind. It ain't like nobody was taking orders from Joe Biden. Come on, let's be honest. Nobody was taking orders from Joe Biden whatsoever. And nobody was taking orders from Kamala. Kamala was a complete fucking idiot and everybody knew it. Yeah, motherfuckers didn't care about no damn Kamala. Even in the Democratic people and all that shit. Maybe Obama behind the scenes was pulling weight like a motherfucker. And he still had a inkling in him to bring the U.S. down a notch or two, so we wasn't as powerful as we were. Because I really do truly think that he wanted us to be even with us. I don't think he wanted us to be the powerful thing that we could be and we can be and we are. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Shit goes deep, man. I get confused and the shit bothers me, so I try not to think about it because I'm just like, why? It doesn't make sense. All right, I'm going to turn this back on.
That's not the reason. It absolutely is. It 100% is. Look at any of these weird protests. It's always, not always, but it is primarily Karens.
It's always
with
the
his
Karens.
8-year-old son and some people he believed to be asylum seekers staring at his son. He said it wasn't right. He said that many of these people abide by different laws, different rules to the kind of thing happening here. So that is what we've been hearing from here. And this, of course, against the backdrop of protests that we've seen in Epping, in
Suicidal
Essex.
empathy? Yeah. I don't know how you can avoid that problem. Like, because it would be a really good thing if we could figure out a way that we could just stop people from voting based off of empathy. Like, just stop doing that. It's illogical. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't help people out. It's usually short-sighted. And also, like, by the way, in a lot of cases, it's not really empathy. It's what makes a person feel good in the moment of making the action. That's really it.
That began last week, about 18 arrests.
No, I don't think it's only women. I think that men do this too.
But also others in Canary Wharf, also in Southampton, in Nottinghamshire. But here, certainly things starting.
I think it might be mob mentality. You know, it's about, you know, having people jump on a side and shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's the popular thing to do. It ain't even about feeling good, because most of these Karens don't give a fuck about nobody. They don't even love themselves, much rather anybody else. That's why they act so fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I think it's about, it's the popular thing to do. You know? I seen the shit happen. I see the shit happen all the time. Shit, I seen the shit happen back when I got the motherfucking shot. I got the motherfucking shot, and I was watching the chat. I was like, yeah, let me see who's going to turn coat. And some people just, you know, absolutely didn't want anything to do with anybody who took the shot, and they were firm on their shit. And hey, I can respect that, man. You know, go live your life, and a good one to you. But I seen some people, they were like, turning on me and shit, like, man, you know, a sellout motherfucker. But then my homeboys stepped up and started sticking up for me and shit. You know, the Hutches, the Backwoods, you know, the Natives, Mr. Plummer, you know, some of the people that, you know, really cool, really good peoples, tight with me and shit. And then I seen those same people all of a sudden go, scared. Wait a minute. I can't turn on Tribe. They'll be mad at me. So then they flipped the script like immediately. Well, yeah, I guess he has a right to do what he wants to do with his own. Yeah, he should have the right to do with his own. Like, man, y'all motherfuckers just dick ride whatever fucking popularity contest is going on. Whatever mob mentality y'all want to jump on, man, y'all jump on that shit. You know, you check a real one. Check a real one that'll stand on his own no matter what. You know what I mean? Always stay true to self. Don't go jumping on some bandwagon. Shit. Gotta watch it, man. And that's what these motherfuckers do. If there's some popular thing going against the conservatives, boom, they jump on it. If there's some popular thing going against the Democrats, boom, they jump on it. It goes both ways. And it's a bunch of bull. It's a bunch of high school bullshit, man. It's of a lower intelligence, man. I may not speak right. Some say I sound like this, or I'm trying to be this, or I'm trying to be that. But, man, when it comes down to it, when it comes down to people and watching people and figuring people out and figuring out situations, Man, you ain't looking at no dummy. You far from it. I'm watching motherfuckers. You know, I'm 50 years into this shit. Man, you ain't tricking me. I see these fake motherfuckers, man. There's so many of them. So many fake ass motherfuckers out here, man. Total frauds. Gets on my damn nerves. All right, let's listen to Osmond Gold. I'm going to turn it back on now.
To calm down.
This is why I've said many times, I try my best to, advocate for less voting, less people being able to vote. And you have this. Oh, my God. Wait, so you telling me, hold up, wait a minute.
Hold up.
Are you telling me that this happened and is happening right now, and they just randomly happened to do that censorship law on the internet at the same time? Yesterday. Huh.
If y'all ain't heard, old UK want to censor
crazy.
the fucking... They saying it's to protect children on the internet and shit, but of course they're putting laws in there, just snatching people's freedoms, you know what I'm saying?
Look at that guy. Oh, hold up. That guy's only 2 fingers away. I told y'all it was coming back.
Now, what he's talking about is what I mentioned earlier about World War II. He's been saying in some of these things that he sees the way things are going, and pretty soon you're going to start seeing some Hitler-like activities. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start seeing, the more the hate builds up, the more the shit builds up. Governments not listening to the people in their country and, siding with people that don't belong in the country and shit like that. Like, you're going to see more and more. And you might see it, and I'm not just saying it's Hitler like white folks and shit. Like, you might see it in other races or other countries if the shit was to pop off. I mean, you seen Mexico went the fuck off and wanted to kick all the Americans out that motherfucker. They went through the shops, busting up windows and get these Americans the fuck out of here. They rising our prices up and shit. They fucking up our Mexican country. You know what I'm saying? And he says the more and more it goes, the deeper it gets, the more and more closer we're going to get to another fucking World War II type situation. And he's talking about the dude got his hand up. He's got 2 fingers. If he had all 4 fingers, it's that Hitler bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All right.
And it's 60% back. I said it was 60% back, bro. Like, it's on its way. Nah, he's just a Serbian. Kanye, he's just a fan of Kanye, is that it? Yeah. I don't think something as bad as Hitler would repeat itself. Well, the lucky thing for you is that all of the bad things in history have already happened.
Sarcasm at its best.
There are, if you look at history, obviously we've already gone through all of the bad things, all of those horrible moments and everything. This is a thing of the past. Nowadays, maybe you might have a few people killed. It's like a shooting of like 20 people. But other than that, nothing bad could ever happen again. That's it.
He's being sarcastic.
By the way, I think that if another really bad thing like a Hitler level moment happens, it will be worse than probably anything that we have historically ever experienced. It will be worse than Mao, Pol Pot, Hitler, Stalin. It will not even be close. Yeah, it's in the Bible. Yeah, it's coming. I'm not sure that's possible. Okay. Okay, that's just what I'm saying. It's going to be AI. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's all right. Well, just clip what I said. Clip it again, and we'll see what happens. So in the rest of Europe, the same will happen. Yeah, technology's improved. It's definitely possible. I don't think that you guys understand. There's one thing that a lot of people don't really understand is the systematic. If you look in history, how many times has one group of people systematically murdered and exterminated another group of people? That's like the whole thing. Really. That's like the whole thing. That's pretty much what they do all the time. Yeah, too many to count. Yeah, all the time. Do you really think that that's never going to happen? You really think that's the reason why you teach people is that's the reason why you try to avoid having situations like this happen, because it pushes you closer to having another one of these bad moments happen.
And see, this is why I said I think these governments be thinking this way. They've looked through history, and they know sooner or later there's going to be another Gandhi, another Stalin. And it could be these places that outnumber them 10 to 1, 20 to 1, 100 to 1. So their thinking is, man, shit, let's bring a couple million of them in. And let's let them populate our fucking place. That way they don't want to fuck with us because there'll be too many of them here. And they now they're British and shit. Now they're French. So we're all brothers now. Shit, we ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Why else would you give up your country? Why else would you hand over your country and all your morals and everything? I mean, the shit that's going on in France and the UK is just unfucking believable. You talking about people getting killed and not oranges but grapes, if you know what I'm saying. Many grapes all over the fucking place, man. It's just fucking nuts. Why? And then you're not allowed to talk about it. Then you go to jail if you get online and say, oh, this shit is happening in my neighborhood with these motherfuckers. Oh, you want to run your mouth, do you? We're going to lock you the fuck up. Leave those people alone. Let them do whatever the fuck they want. What? The fuck you? What?
That's it. Holding a cross is pretty fucking hilarious considering Christianity. I love people that say that. Holding a cross is oh, well, look at Christianity. As if Christianity, see, you have to understand that the Bible is, like 1,000 pages long or something like that. But there's a few excerpts in it that says you have to love everybody, which means that you're not allowed to have borders. You understand that with any religious text, whether this is the Bible, the Torah, or the fucking Quran, there's going to be statements inside of those books that are violent and that encourage violence, and there are going to be statements inside of these books that encourage peace. Every single one of them is like this.
Facts.
That's how it is. The Romans invented the cross? I don't know. Love your neighbor? Well, you could say these people aren't your neighbor. Anyway, so let's see here. Again. How do you know this is a protest that's not in America? It's crazy, isn't it? It's really crazy. What are the odds?
Kind of lost on that one. I don't know what he meant by that.
I don't speak British.
Somebody in the chat knows. I have no idea what he meant by that. The flags, all the flags. I mean, of course you can tell it's not America. I think he meant something
Thousands
else,
of people have gathered in Birmingham, the second largest city in the UK,
Birmingham,
for one of the most overt displays of discontent in recent years.
Hey, Liz.
The participants from all walks of life came
That's a lot
together,
of fucking people.
proudly waving Union Jacks and St. George's
Native,
flags,
what up?
making it clear and decisive that they, the usually silent majority, would no longer stay quiet. Shouts of protest against Keir Starmer, along with the slogan "Free Tommy Robinson Now," echoed through the city centre.
I thought he got let out.
Indicating that this was not just a spontaneous protest, but a call for unity from people who feel the country is being stifled by censorship, injustice, and betrayal from its own leaders.
Yeah, I think that's the way a lot of people there feel. This is old.
The issue at hand
This
is
is
no
an old
longer
video.
about
It's a day ago. It says this is from a day ago. This is happening now, right?
left-wing or right-wing politics, but the voice of the people demanding the right to free expression,
That's a lot of
fair
motherfuckers.
treatment, and accountability for those in power.
See, this is another big issue, is that there's this sentiment, and I don't live here, so I don't like making sweeping statements. Well, I do it all the time. I just did. But I try to avoid, whenever I know that I'm doing it, making sweeping statements. But it seems very obvious that governments in certain countries in Europe have done things to intentionally obfuscate the amount of crime that migrants are committing in order to make the public not understand that, they are committing crime.
Facts.
It seems very obvious this is happening.
For a long time, concerns about
Our government does the same thing. They just don't fucking report it. You know what I'm saying? Go on Twitter right now. You see all kinds of shit happening in New York and Cincinnati and all kinds of shit, man. Crazy ass shit happening. But CNN, they're not going to report on it. MSNBC, they're not going to report on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't report on the shit. The UK is actively shutting people the fuck up. Now, I don't know how much we're being shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? We could be getting shut the fuck, shadow bans, some shit like that. I'm not sure, but
biased media, a justice system operating under double standards.
Yes.
And the erosion of core British values were either ignored or mocked. But that is no longer the case.
Of course.
What is happening in Birmingham is part of a broader awakening spreading across the nation. The truth is, Britain is waking up, while the leadership class is clearly in disarray. Now, let's watch the video. But before we do, don't forget to like and
The
subscribe.
longer that these people go without getting their needs met, the more of them that there will be. And eventually, there will be enough of them for them to exercise. And also, the longer they go, the more extreme they will be. Like, I'll look at this like, so there will be a point in time where, apparently these people come over in boats. Right now, the statement is turn the boats away. Eventually, that statement will turn into sink the boats. I guarantee you. Clip it and wait and find out.
it's true.
And there it is. And the longer that you go without listening to people like this and giving them a degree of of fucking credibility, the more extreme and radical they will become.
Facts. I believe that too.
Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss what's coming next.
And also, the more of them there will be.
You know what? As we were marching through town there were a few chants for Tommy Robinson. And I just want...
If you don't know who Tommy Robinson is, he's like this UK dude, and he's like, a lot of people over there on the, I guess on the left side of things, they, say he's a racist, white supremacist, all this shit and all that shit, but the government's cracking down on him hard, but he's the one, like, going against all this immigration shit, and you know what I mean? He's putting the word out there. They keep locking him up and shit, but he goes out in the streets and he's trying to stand up against it and shit. I've seen a little bit about him, but if you want to find out more information, just look him up, Tommy Robinson. But I guess they're saying he's in jail right now, so like they're all cheering for him and shit, because he's like, the main voice out there screaming about illegal immigration and how fucked up the government's being to its own peoples and how they're losing fucking England and shit like that.
I just wanted to say a few words because...
The Israeli flag's already assigned? Yeah, I know.
I know what he's going
So we have neo-Nazis siding with Israel now? I think that in general, there is the sentiment is against primarily, I would say, migrants that are coming from Middle Eastern countries. And so that's going to be, that is one point of alignment where a lot of people in Britain and also Israelis are going to have like a concerted viewpoint on.
to
difference is I was in prison for 9
Middle
months.
East, oh, and Africa too, yeah.
He's in prison for 9 months in solitary confinement. I cannot even imagine or begin to fathom what he is going through right now. So, let's have some chanting in Tommy's honour while he's in prison.
I don't know what Tommy Robinson did. I have no idea. I knew at one point, but I forgot. Sorry, but the Brits deserve this. They're the ones that caused the Palestinian problem with their white paper. They should fix this on their own. You're right that the British were instrumental in drawing the lines of Israel and Palestine. That's my understanding in 1946 or 1947. I think that's definitely true. And they do bear accountability for that. I would say that the majority of, and this is my opinion, right? Is that the majority of interventionism that Europe and America has done around the world has been, I think it has been more of a destabilizing force than a stabilizing force. It's ancient history now. Yeah, and also, by the way, here's another issue, and I agree with you. I agree with you in principle, and I think that it was bad, but you're not going to tell a guy that's 25 that he has to live with a blood debt because his grandfather's, father did something stupid. You're never going to be able to win the hearts and minds of people by categorically condemning them as bad actors because of the nature of their birth. So it's stupid. Yeah, exactly. Like, none of the men in this protest were responsible for drawing the lines of Israel and Palestine. So why should they accept and be okay with, damn, bro, they got slots right there, just like on the street. Holy shit. Not even his grandfather's father, but the aristocrats that ran the country 100 years ago. Yeah, that's also another good point.
I don't know what the fuck they're screaming.
So a Palestinian child should be left holding the bag? It's not about should or not a should. You're still living inside of the realm of Reddit, of what's justifiable, what makes sense, what's fair to you. This is something that transcends Reddit arguments and Reddit logic. This is survival and preservation of what they believe to be their country and their own existence. It doesn't matter who's holding the bag. It doesn't matter what's fair. All of that stuff goes out the window. It's not real. Punishing citizens for decisions of past kings is beyond retarded. Yeah, has that ever worked? I mean, isn't that the reason, one of the reasons why I would say, obviously, the Nazis came to power? I think that's a big reason why. It's because Germany was a shithole after World War I. That's it.
Yeah, why don't we ever hear about the shit that was going on right before World War II? What caused that hate? What caused a country to want to slaughter all those people? What the fuck was really going on? What the fuck was that all really about? Only thing we're told is, Hitler bad. Hitler was out of his fucking mind, crazy, and did all these crazy things, and all these people died, and thank God we got rid of them, and booyah. It is what it is. The history books are written. But what the fuck was really going on? Man, I would have hated to live in that time, though. You know what I mean? That was a fucked up time on the planet. I'll tell you that. But
yeah, how'd that work out? Not so good, huh?
Come on, somebody a wanker.
Who's a wanker?
Keir Starmer?
Who's a wanker? Keir Starmer? Oh, yeah, people don't like him.
Over to the left.
Imagine Americans calling people wankers. You fucking wanker.
They rape, they traffic, and destroy lives.
I think this is one of the big reasons why this movement is gaining a lot of momentum, by the way, is because it's been able to successfully engage a lot of women because they've been able to control the moral high ground of how is it justifiable or acceptable that you have these rape gangs or something like this. Again, I don't live there. I'm not an expert in this, but I hear this a million fucking times.
Yes.
And I hear it enough to where even if it isn't true, to these people, it certainly fucking is.
Yeah.
And so if it's happening, they effectively create the moral high ground by being against that stuff. That's the reason why.
The elites overlook it. They look the other way. They provide no protection for English girls.
And I think that's what's really engaged and supercharged this movement. Is the usually, a lot of these types of movements, like especially like these nationalist movements, like I'm going to be honest, they're primarily men. It's like 95% men. And I think still in the case, it is the majority men even now. But the difference is that it has engaged a lot of women now because there's been a compelling argument made for advocating for women's safety. Base, pissed off women at least? Yes, exactly.
English girls don't matter to the elite scum in this country. They matter to us, though. They matter to us.
Yeah.
In Lothburn, Rochdale, Telford, thousands of English girls have been violated. Their innocence stolen, their futures shattered by these organised gangs. And what do our so-called leaders do?
What do they do?
They silence the truth for their multicultural fantasy. I don't want a multicultural fantasy. It doesn't work. The experiment failed. I want an English for the English. An England for the English. But we say no more. Our daughters deserve safety.
You don't know what's actually happening. The reason most of this started is that Pakistani Muslim men were targeting thousands of girls under the age of 14 and forcing them into prostitution. Well, that's not really what the problem is. And before you clip me, listen to what I'm going to say. It's not the fact that they were doing it. It's the fact that acknowledging, addressing, and talking about it was considered unconscionable. That's the reason why it was a problem. If it had just happened and then the people who had done it went to jail and it was openly discussed, it was the fact that it was hidden, you weren't able to talk about it, and again, they were told, basically, the implementation, I think, was that it was like a bad thing to discuss. It was allowed to continue. Yes. And so that's what really radicalized people. Yes, obviously them doing it is bad. Of course, it's, wow, what a surprise. It's bad to do that, but it's more than that. As considered a hate crime? Yes.
You know, I'm a time out on the video because I want to talk about something. With all this shit that's going on, you know, and this country ain't out the woodworks, you know what I mean? Like, we got Trump for a couple years, but he's going to be out of here, and we ain't going to have him no more. He ain't going to be doing what he's doing. What scares me or worries me is when people do go bonkers, and like Fish Sticks said, I think it was Fish Sticks, looks like the world's about to catch fire. Well, when the world catches fire, the elites have to do something to get control again. You know what I'm saying? And when they do, if the people stand up and we really do go bonkers and we're like, we ain't taking this shit no more, and we start going against the elite in huge numbers, it ain't like they're just going to sit back and let us beat their ass. They're going to do something drastic. They're going to do something unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like mind-blowing. You're going to be like, what the fuck? It's going to be nasty, man. It's going to be world-changing. And I think it's going to happen. I think we got too many motherfuckers on this planet right now. And the way shit's boiling over, man, and these elites, they got that button, you know what I mean? They'll push that button for something drastic to happen. You know, why did 9/11 happen? Why did Hitler happen? Why did we attack this? Why did we attack that? Why was this? Why did this occur? Why did this levee break? Why did these people get flooded out? I mean, yeah, some of it was probably just the weather, but I'm just saying. You know, I keep hearing about Yellowstone. I mean, what do these elite, super powerful, super rich, what do they have planned for when we finally do? Because if you go back to 2020, and then after 2020, 2021, 2022, I remember sitting back and everybody in the chat and everything, we were all talking about it. It seems like they want us to start a civil war. Remember, we talked about it. It's like, man, everything they're doing is like to push us over the edge. These motherfuckers are trying to push us to ignite. I remember channels doing live streams trying to tell people, calm down. When you go to this thing, don't act up. It's a setup. They want you to go nuts so they can do that thing, whatever thing they want to do. You know what I'm saying? But when people do finally just say fucking and all hell breaks loose, the elites are going to do something crazy as shit. When do they get to the point where they're scared? Are they scared now? You know what I mean? Are the super powerful and super rich right now having these little secret meetings with themselves and their families? Like, I think it's almost time to do that thing that we've been planning to do for the past 50 years. You know? I think shit's out of control. We don't have control of the populace no more. You know, they're starting to stand up all over the place with this fucking internet and shit. They're coming together in all walks of life, and pretty soon we're going to lose everything unless we get them back in check. I think it's time to unleash the Kraken. And what's that Kraken going to be? Now you got motherfuckers talking about alien ships coming in November to fucking attack the Earth. You got motherfuckers putting out tons of videos talking about Yellowstone. All the animals are running out of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm tripping. Maybe ain't nothing going to happen, but, man, it's all human beings. We're talking about some ignorant motherfuckers, man. Just because these motherfuckers are super rich don't mean they're super smart. They might be some ignorant motherfuckers, man, and they just think wiping out a couple million people will get people back in check. Really, let's ask the question, really, what was 2020? What the fuck happened in 2020? You know what I mean? Was that a practice run? What the fuck are these motherfuckers going to do when they lose their confidence in ruling over everybody? These are the things that worry me, man. This is the reason why I prep. This is the reason why I moved where I moved to. You know what I mean? Like, shit, man. And you don't think they're a little bit worried? Man, ain't nobody listening. The streets are dangerous. Nobody believes in government no more. Nobody believes the media no more. That shit is crashed and burned. Now you got a bunch of YouTubers putting out all the news sources. And Lord have mercy, the confusion. I mean, you got bumbling idiots like me just talking all kinds of shit on the internet. But you got some people putting shit out there like it's fact, like they know exactly what the fuck's going on. And that shit is so far from the truth, it's sickening. What are these powerful motherfuckers going to do to us, the people? It's going to be something. It's going to be something crazy as shit. And I think it's going to happen in my lifetime, as long as I live next 10, 15 years, because I think it's going to happen. I think some crazy shit's going to pop off, man. Because the people are going to go bonkers. Imagine Imagine America after Trump for 4 years. And imagine they put Newsom in the seat. Or another Obama in the seat. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers are going to go nuts, man. I looked at it like Obama built up the Democrats and the Democrats went nuts. You know what I'm saying? Went nuts with power. They knew they could get away with anything. They could do whatever the fuck they want because they can't touch Obama, and Obama's just let them all just go ahead, do your Democratic thing, be a Democrat to the fullest. Then you ended up with far left-ass motherfuckers all up in Senate and shit, all up in the House. Then boom, bam, bip, you get Trump up in there a couple times. So you got the right. Oh, now we the muscle. Now we all hyped up. I mean, what? Man, shit's gonna pop off. Shit's gonna get crazy.
If we talk about it, you're racist? Exactly. And I think that eventually, if you tell people they're racist for talking about something, eventually they're going to agree with you. And that's a very scary thing.
And our daughters deserve justice, finally. And it doesn't stop there. Islamic terrorism ravages our cities. Manchester, London, Westminster Bridge.
Can I be racist, please? Not in chat.
Red with the blood of the English. Bombs to our concerts, knives slashed through our markets, and our people live in fear. Who can forget the 22 young people that died at the Ariana Grande concert? Who can forget that? They were children. They came to our country and slaughtered our kids. There should be no surrender to them. We should...
Exactly. She's completely right about all this. The it's Islamic terrorism, not Islamic. Islamist. Here's the thing. Here's what I find to be really fucking ironic. You don't see Dubai or Saudi Arabia taking these clowns in.
Hell no.
Because they fucking know. They know what they're up. They know what the hell is going on. They don't want to deal with that.
That's facts. And why is nobody answering those questions? Why does England got to take them in? Why does France got to take? Why don't Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia is rich as shit. Why don't they take in some of the motherfuckers that's hurting so bad from the Middle East? You know what I'm saying? There's some rich spots in Africa. Why don't they take in some of the poor African places that other countries are taking them in and all hell's breaking loose and shit? You know, what about us and I don't know what country, Venezuelans and all this shit. Why they got to come to America? Why don't other places take them in? You know what I'm saying? But they don't. It's all England, France, the United States. Yeah, what is up with that? Saudi Arabia said, fuck no. Fuck no, we ain't taking no Palestinian. Y'all keep them. Palestinian neighbors wouldn't take them motherfuckers in. Nope, y'all ain't coming over here. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Y'all care so much about motherfuckers. Why ain't y'all helping motherfuckers out? Why? It just don't make sense to me. I don't know, man. It's crazy shit. It's a crazy world, y'all.
Absolutely not.
Back every single time and tell them they do not belong in these lands. They belong to me and to you. Our cities, once beacons of British pride, are now battlegrounds, and we're told to accept it as diversity. We will not accept it. We will not let terror define our children's futures. Not in a million years. Our young Englishmen and women, the heartbeat of our nation, are being cut down by foreigners who have no place in these lands to be.
She's mad.
From leaving
holy shit
to death in broad daylight by jihadists, to the countless stabbings on London streets.
And this is also another issue. I think there's definitely a religious component to this too, where you have a lot of people who, again, like the idea that you can't criticize Islam, you can't criticize behaviors of people who are Islamic, etc., like the praying in the middle of the street stuff. This is obviously going to radicalize people. It will massively radicalize people. And by the way, whenever I see some random person that's praying in the middle of the street, stopping traffic, do you want to know where that doesn't happen? It doesn't happen in Dubai. It doesn't happen in UAE, as far as I know. I bet it doesn't happen in Qatar either. And I bet it sure as fuck doesn't happen in Saudi Arabia. Why the fuck do they put up with it whenever the countries that are that religion don't? And the reason why, I'll tell you the reason why. It's because they're afraid of being seen as racist. That's the reason. And the moment that these people stop being afraid as being seen as racist will be a very, very bad time. And I want to say that the reason why I've been advocating and talking about this a lot is that I think that the end result of this behavior is going to be a mass radicalization of the entire population to an extent that they're able to exercise a military action to do something that could be unspeakably evil. And I can see that happening. I can see this brewing right now, and I can't see how anybody can't see that. You're playing the radicals? Yeah, I don't want to. That's the thing. Why are you doing propaganda for them? Let me, real quick, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about this, right?
I'm just going to play the video.
What propaganda do you think that I'm spreading here? Chat's full of Israeli Zionists and you're a terrorist too, Zach? I'm a terrorist? Okay. Then why... why... and this is what I'm saying.
I just got to say this. Man, sometimes... Now, I don't know why Osmongold does this, but he'll pick somebody out of the chat and he'll argue with them a little bit. But sometimes it's like an ignorant ass motherfucker who's just trying to like push buttons to be seen. Like I'm just like, nah, man, don't even give him the time of day, man. Just move on. Fuck that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's him, man. He's doing his thing. Whatever. Do your thing, Osmongold. Do your thing.
Right, is that you have no problem looking at people as Zionists and they're Israelis, talking about them being bad, but now you're talking about being Islamophobic. See, this is exactly what I'm discussing. This is the reason why people are radicalized. It's because of people like you. You're the reason why they're radicalized. And this is what's going to keep happening. Idiots in chat? Yeah, I wasn't really reading chat, and so like now that I'm waiting for this person's response. Islamophobia, that's all? What have I said that's Islamophobic? Explain to me what you think that I've said that's Islamophobic. Keep yapping? I could say the same for you. What have I said that's Islamophobic? No, it looks like we're not going to get a response. What a surprise. It's because it's not Islamophobic at all. It's got nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with the religion. You understand that me making the example of Saudi Arabia and other Islamic countries not allowing this behavior is... That is me actively not being Islamophobic. This is me saying that these people are the ones who are the bad actors, not the ideology. Because if it was the ideology that created the bad actors, then you would logically assume that every other person inside of this ideology would be doing the same thing. But it's very clearly not like that because many other places don't have these issues. You can't defend your arguments. You can't defend your accusations because they're not real. You're just trying to put, and also, like, by the way, every religion is open for criticism. I don't understand how we have anti-Semitism and we also have Islamophobia, but for some reason, whenever you criticize Christianity, this is somehow seen as socially acceptable. Either all of them are open for criticism or none of them are. This is an outrageous double standard, and I think anybody can see it.
Jews are dying at the hands of those that despise us. We will deport them all.
Yep.
Every week we hear of another knife attack, another life lost, another British family broken. This is not cultural enrichment, it's war on our people. We are at war right now. We are at war. Who's going to win this war? Is it going to be the mighty British or the foreign scum that doesn't belong here? It's the mighty British. Sorry.
That's some serious
what do you
preaching
think about
going
this?
on in them streets.
Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Moving on to other notable news. Imagine a Labour MP just faced one of the most heated questioning sessions in Parliament this year.
Is this about...
What began as a routine committee hearing quickly turned into a tense political battle. The questions raised were no longer merely about seeking information, but gradually turned into accusations. And the answers soon began to crumble under the mounting pressure. Whether you support the Labour Party or not, this spectacle is certainly worth watching. But before we continue, I just have a small request. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the British.
I'm not sure. I think this is something else.
Free.
Yeah, I just wanted to look at the protests. I'm going to link you guys the rest of the video here, and you guys can watch the rest of it if you want. British Insight. And this is an issue of late-stage capitalism, inequality, and nothing else. You think it's because of capitalism? What the fuck does this have to do with capitalism? Like, it has nothing to do... Like, this has nothing to do with that. Like, I mean, I guess you could make... Okay, so I see where you're going. You're trying to make the abstract argument that it's because of capitalism, because the companies that are pushing for this, because they want to make money, right? They want to, like, have cheaper labor and stuff like that. Sure, but, like, I would argue that's not capitalism. That's corporatism. That's corporatism controlling the government. So that's not really capitalism at all, in the same way that you can have, like, there are a lot of bad elements of every political or economic system. That doesn't necessarily mean that the political or economic system is bad. And so that's really, I think, the big difference here that a lot of people aren't really seeing, and I wish they would see. But I guess we're going to have to wait and find out. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. Anyway, let's go back over. I'll look at a few more of these here, and we'll find it. I'll see if there's any more posts about this on Twitter as well. Let's see if I can find it. UK protest. So there's a massive protest going on, and I did not even know about it. Holy shit. That is insane. Another day, another protest against unvetted illegal migration in the UK. Yep.
This is going to be a national protest from the country.
This is, by the way, the most effective way for these people to shift the public tide, and this is what worked here in the United States, is to ship a lot of the migrants and these people that are coming into the country, is to ship them to the places where there are large consolidations of people that want them to be there. Like, for example, whenever they sent all of those illegals to Martha's Vineyard and it totally shut down the entire place, or they sent them to New York and it shut down the entire place. I think that the moment that you make people live with the consequences of their actions is the moment that they will realize that their actions are wrong. But whenever people can only understand it in a conceptual way, they're going to be totally okay with it. Yeah, back to Narnia. It's going viral because it's not going viral because information's curated. It's a bubble. Imagine if this happened in Iran, China, or Russia. It would be on every tabloid. No, actually, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't, but there's a different reason for that. Is there a migrant hotel for you? Yeah, there shouldn't be any migrant hotels in the entire country. It's ridiculous. What's this here? Oh, this is from last year. This is July. This is from yesterday.
I wonder, do we still got hotels filled up with illegal immigrants?
People nowadays on social media are so insensitive. They only hear what they want to hear. Yeah, definitely. And want to alligator Alcatraz of our own. Well, the problem is that the government is letting it happen. And I think also this is another big issue that I think that a lot of people in the UK need to realize. There are a lot of people in Europe in general, but in the UK specifically, that are okay with this migration. You need to win them over. You need to figure out a way to make them realize that they have the wrong point of view. And if you can't do that, you're probably not going to make enough progress. You need to bring more people over to your side. The reason why the sentiment in the United States has changed is because, again, of those actions of sending all the illegal...
How are you going to do that when you got the government shutting them up, locking them up if they say anything, making laws to completely censor shit? Like, they're not going to be able to, man. They're not going to be able to. They got the media and the government over there brainwashing the hell out of the motherfuckers that are on that side of things. It's what it's going to take for people to cross over is for bad shit to happen to them because of the situation. Then they'll cross over. Let one of their girlfriends get tooken. Let something happen to one of their kids or one of their family members. then boom, and then like the whole neighborhood, you know, one of the kids in the neighborhood, something happens to him, then that whole neighborhood switches like, oh, wait a fucking minute. We ain't having this no more. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take more and more bad shit to happen for more and more people to get on the side of things of stopping this. But I think it's going to be too late. I think it's already too late. I think it's too late in America already. I don't think Trump's going to be able to do as much. I mean, he's doing some shit, man, but I just think it's people are going to lay low till Trump gets the fuck out of office. 3 years is not that long. You know what I'm saying? 3 years, Trump's gone, and all hell can break loose again. And I swear, as soon as they put another Democrat in office, it's going to be just Joe Biden opened up the border, and now anytime a Democrat gets in office, they're going to be opening up the border. Guarantee it. That's going to be the new thing to do. Just as soon as a Democrat gets in, oh, now the border's open again. Oh, now we're hearing all about the motherfuckers coming. The cartels are moving people across the fucking border by the busloads. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to happen again. Like, ain't it Babylon where just everybody's all together and all hell breaks loose? Like, that's what the world's coming to, man. We're all just going to get all mixed up and different cultures are going to clash, and it's just going to be mayhem, man.
Eagles to different areas, right? But how it's censored as fuck, I don't know how. All I'm saying is that I think that's the solution. And I think this is something that will happen naturally on its own, but obviously being able to do that will make it happen faster. So yeah, it's that simple. And it's literally, it's internally sponsored unconventional warfare. Their own government wants it to happen. Yeah, I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories about the government wanting it to happen in order for them to justify having some sort of legal control, right? And this...
Let me say something. When I listen to Osmond Gold, the feeling I get from him is like, oh, this shit's gonna happen until it boils over, and then the people are gonna stand up and all hell's gonna break loose, and then they're gonna, change everything. But it's almost like he thinks that no matter what, in the end, the people of, the British people will end up standing up and wiping out this problem, and it'll be a whole new thing, but they'll fix. But what I think about is, what if the British people lose? What if the French lose? What if the United States, what if they lose? People can lose. Shit can get so far out of hand, so far fucked up. What if you lose? What if there is no more England, no more France, no more United States? What if it gets taken over? What if Muslim law becomes America's law? You know what I'm saying? Some Muslim becomes president. He's like one of the Muslims of that rough ass law shit, like, Taliban style law and shit. You're going to tell me, hey, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. I know Americans, stand up. I think we'd fight a lot harder than the British would. The British don't even have guns or nothing. Like, I don't know, man. They might get fucked up. I don't know. When is it too far gone to fix shit? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
This is, again, I mean, even Elon Musk knows this, right?
The mass immigration is insane, and will lead to the destruction of any country that allows unfettered mass immigration.
True.
The country will simply cease to exist.
True.
At the end of the day, it is a numbers game, a numbers situation. If there are 8 billion people in the world, and let's say you're a country of...
It's AI? Nope,
million,
it's just
60
Elon.
Million,
yeah.
Or, for a medium-sized country, but even for a country like the United States, which is 350 million, given that there are 8 billion people in the world, it only takes a few % of the rest of the world to move to the country to where it is no longer that country.
Clearly.
A country is not its geography. A country is its people.
Obviously.
Facts.
This is a fundamental concept that is truly obvious. I mean, if you took the people of Italy and you
He's saying the same shit I was saying. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
teleported the people of Italy
Duh.
To say
This is obvious.
some part of the United States, it would still be Italy.
Yes.
But
True.
if you teleported a bunch of people from some other part of the world to Italy, where they're telling people no longer because they've been teleported to America.
Let's take advice from the immigration, from the guy who's repopulating the world by having children with influencers on Twitter. Yeah, what he's saying is true. Yeah, what he's saying is true. I agree with it.
Pay attention to that bullshit,
And-
Osmond Gold.
Yeah, I don't know what
the
what that has to do
geographic
with what he's saying, but
would
like,
no
yeah.
longer be Italy. It would be that other country. A country is its people, not its geography.
There it is. Well, there it is, right? That's true, but he doesn't follow what he's saying. Again, it's about the idea. Not everybody is going to live up to what they say, and I think that's definitely true. I think that the H-1B visa program probably should be limited if that's what you're trying to discuss. I think so too. But in a general sense, yes, obviously this is going to be a continual thing, 100%. And his words would have weight if he wasn't so unstable and high on drugs. I don't know about him being on drugs at all. But anyway, so let me see if I can show you guys this. This is crazy. Mass immigration is wrong. It's definitely a big culprit, and right-wing people are easily frustrated, especially mass immigration of uneducated people. Yeah, I think that the mass immigration stuff is radicalizing people at an extremely high rate, and I think that by the time the government realizes it and they correct, it's going to be too late, and people will already be too radicalized.
And there it is. There she is. I don't know. That was interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? Let me fix my camera real quick. I like listening to that dude, man. He talks some shit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't scared to just say the shit. He ain't scared of somebody calling him a racist or calling him a phobe this or a phobe that. He just talks his shit. You know what I'm saying? It's craziness going on, though, man. But it is true. I mean, we are 350 million, and there's 7.65 billion other motherfuckers out there. If we just move a percentage of them in, there's no more freedom of speech. There's no more right to bear arms. There's no more. There's going to be some other laws. There's going to be some other people in charge. But I don't think it'll get that far. I think something big will happen. Alien invasion. That's what they'll call it. I don't think it'll be an alien invasion. I think they'll have some crazy shit go on to make people think it's an alien invasion. Because imagine that. Imagine most of the world believing that aliens are here and they are attacking us. It would change everything. You know what I'm saying? Or Yellowstone blows up. You know, I mean, how hard would it for them to set some fucking nukes underneath the ground up there in Yellowstone and blow that motherfucker up? I'm just saying, like, we ain't watching these fools. We don't know what they're doing. All these animals dipping out. If it's even true, we don't even know what's true and what's false. But I don't think, like I know in the chat, Steve, you said that you think next spring. I don't think anything will pop off in the next couple years. Maybe at the end of Trump's joint. I just think that for one, other countries, they'll think Trump will push the button. they'll believe Trump will just go hard and fight a war, so something like that wouldn't happen. I think as far as immigration and shit, you know, he's got ICE out there going rambunctious and shit. So I don't think that. I mean, you might see some stir-ups in the streets here and there and shit, but I don't think the big thing will happen. I think Trump's in with some of these elites, but I also think that these elites think Trump's a wild card. Like, he might work with them a little bit, but they don't trust him all the way. He might flip type situation, man. I don't know. It's just weird, man. It's just weird. The whole world's done went weird. But I think the UK is done. I really do. I think England's gonna be something different. I don't know why. I don't understand why the royal family and shit would want to give up England, because that's what it seems like to me. Like they're just giving it up. They're giving it up to foreigners. But maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it ain't as bad as I'm seeing it on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just some. But that's the second largest place in England with all those people out in the streets going bonkers, and you got these people standing on stages talking to thousands of people, talking about all this shit is going on. I don't know, man. It just seems like the shit is falling hard. And people are like desperate to grasp on to try to save their country and shit, but the rich and powerful over there is giving it away. I mean, what do people have on people? Why would the royal family or the government of England want to hand over England and just give it up? It just doesn't make sense to me. Why the fuck would, why? It blows my fucking mind, man. Unless they truly don't think that they're doing that and they see it differently and they just think, you know, a little bit of these crimes and shit, well, crime happens anyway, so yeah, you're going to have some crime, but we're just helping some people out and bringing them in, and we're sharing and being, you know, being good neighbors, I guess. Man, it's just fucking weird, man. I don't know what to fucking think. I don't know what to believe anymore. Shit. Who the fuck's in charge of all this shit, man? Who is running all this shit? Who are the real players, man? Who are the real rich people that's running all this shit and making all this shit happen? Who's really got the power? Is it the companies making all the money? Is it the oil companies? Is it the people growing the food that got control of the food? Is government really that powerful? Is Trump that powerful? What y'all think? Is Trump really that powerful sitting in the presidential seat? Or does he have some truly rich motherfuckers that are controlling him too, just on a different side of things? Did he get through the tests, being shot, being persecuted, indicted, turned to a felon, embarrassed, family treated like shit? Oh, he passed the test. All right, we're finally letting him in. You know, now you don't hear Pelosi saying shit. You don't hear Schumer saying shit. You know, ain't nobody saying shit. I mean, his first fucking shit, Pelosi was all over his ass nonstop. Now Pelosi ain't saying shit. Ain't saying shit to Trump. What the fuck is going on? Now all of a sudden, all the political leaders and shit, they ain't saying nothing. I mean, of course they don't vote the same as him and shit, but it just seems like Trump's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. What is going on, man? It's weird. It's weird. And I don't trust it. I mean, I voted for him because I wanted Democrats to fuck out of office. We've had Democrats too fucking long, but I don't know if it makes a fucking difference anymore, man. Because I'm not seeing prices drop. I mean, I guess I seen gas drop a little bit, but still, you go to the store, man, fucking steaks $30, $40, $50. You know, a thing of fucking bologna, $5 for a pack of bologna. I mean, shit ain't no cheaper. Housing market ain't got no fucking better. Everybody's still fucking broke. Well, he's kicking a couple people out. I mean, he did this big, beautiful bill. But shit, I was listening to a couple people who dove into the bill a little bit, and it seemed like some of the shit in the bill was some bullshit. We still got to give them some time. But are the prices going to come? Prices ain't going to come. They ain't going to lower no prices, man. Shit ain't going to come down, man. And that's what the people need. We need safety in the country from other countries who hate us and want us to be annihilated. And we need affordable living and a chance at happiness. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. You know, now they talking about Trump talking about giving money to the people again. Oh, really? Now you're going to talk about it again? I just don't see it, man. I don't. They're not going to give nobody no money back. All that money they stole from us, that they steal from us on a regular. And every time I hear something that was in that bill that was supposed to be good, it had like limitations to it and some other shit. Like, why? What's the big, man, take away taxes on a house. If you own your house and you paid your house off, you shouldn't have to pay taxes no more. What the fuck is the big deal? Write it up, pass it, and get it done. You know what I'm saying? Wipe out the fucking regulations so people can make a fucking living and ain't got to be regulated so much on this and on that and on this and on that. Make the 2A the 2A again. Make the 2A great again. Fucking do it. Get it done. Why? Trump always talked about, it takes these motherfuckers forever to get something done. I'll get it done in one day. It'll be done. Well, get the shit done then, man. The fuck you waiting on? Because you ain't going to get shit done. You done crossed over and became a motherfucking true 100% politician-ass motherfucker, man. Then you're going to sit up on TV when they start talking about Epstein and you act surprised the people are fucking wanting fucking answers. We're still talking about Epstein? You know damn well we're still talking about Epstein. What the fuck you talking about? Now you gonna start the gaslighting bullshit? This is what I voted for? Come on, man. Come on. It's gonna be the same old shit, y'all. It's gonna be the same old shit, man. Ain't nothing gonna change. They're going to continue to strip your fucking pockets. The rich going to continue to get richer. You know what really turned my motherfucking... He talking about getting rid of illegal immigrants, but wait a minute. The illegal immigrants that are working out in the fields, the ones that are helping the farmers, we can't get rid of them. Man, that sounds like some straight up slavery shit to me. The fuck? And look, I'm not hating on all illegal immigrants. I never have. I'm not completely against illegal immigrants. I'm not. I got to blame Biden. I got to blame the motherfuckers that opened the... Look, how you going to blame a motherfucker for... When a vampire wants to come up in the house, if you invite him in, how can I be mad at the vampire? I got to be mad at your house for your ass for inviting him in the house. When are we going to start looking at the motherfuckers that open the fucking door? Turn the fucking lock and let them in. Why the fuck ain't these people being indicted? Why the fuck ain't there some people that were down with the whole Biden crew that opened up the fucking border and let people in illegally like that? These people should be indicted. These people should be arrested for going against our country, for endangering American citizens, for the murders that have happened, for the rapes that have happened, for the people that have been hurt by the people that came across the border that were no good. But now we just going to turn on every single person that's in the country. We can't do that. How can you blame somebody whose life was just shitty as shit, and their country is shit, and their government is shit, and they just want to have a better life, and they're good people, and somebody opened the door. Of course they walk through. And we're just, I'm supposed to just hate those people? No, I'm not going to hate those people. I'm not going to hate somebody for trying to find better in life. Now, I don't like the crooked motherfuckers. I don't like the criminals, the murderers, the rapists, the pieces of shit that came into the country. The sleepers, because you know some sleepers came up in here. Of course, fuck them. But there were some good people too. But I don't think that is 100% slave talk. When you sit there and say that we got to get these people out of our country, but the motherfuckers that are working in the fields can stay, you're just keeping slaves. That's slave mentality, man. That's y'all rich people talking. Y'all done set up the rules against every working man out here. Everybody's a fucking slave for these people, man. You bust your fucking ass. You work your ass off. And it's the motherfuckers at the top making the most money. They're making everything. They're making 100 times what you make. And then they sit around and complain and act like they ain't making no money. Man, I worked for this dude for 20-some years. Motherfucker made millions. I went to do this job one time. I was going to make like $300 on the job. This motherfucker got a phone call saying that something needed to be done. Sent somebody out there, measured it, took him about 10 minutes. This motherfucker jumps on the phone, orders the shit, and then he hits me up when the shit came in and sent me out to go do it for $300. He was a box short of the material that I need. I was doing carpet tiles. He was a box short. So I had to tell the people, it was a base job. I had to tell the people, I was like, look, I'm not going to be able to finish this job today because they were short a box. So the dude running the whole thing on the base, he comes out and he's fucking hot. And he's like, man, I paid $40,000 to get this fucking room done. And now I got to wait. You can't get it done in the time that you said you would get it done. And I'm like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I got my shit done, and it would be done if I had the box of shit, but I ran short. They didn't order everything. But think about that. I'm getting paid $300. He sent somebody out, probably took him, driving, 10 minutes there, driving back, probably paid him, $15 for the hour that he worked. But this motherfucker made $40,000. He probably paid $2,000 for the materials. This motherfucker making $35,000. For getting on the phone, making a couple phone calls. Slavery, man. Slavery. Every fucking where you go. Everywhere you go. Just your common motherfuckers. We ain't nothing but slaves, man. It was built back in... This whole country was built on slavery. This shit ain't changed none. They just changed the way they dealt with slaves. And they changed the people that were like... Well, even back then, even when there were slaves and the black folks were in chains, there was still white people that were working in the fields with them and shit, but they just were a little higher up. They got to tell the black people what to do and shit out in the fields, and they got to act like bosses in the fields and shit. You know what I'm saying? But now they done made it to where everybody's a slave. If you ain't got $1 billion, you a slave. You a slave for these motherfuckers, man. We all are. And school, man, they teaching kids every day by the hundreds of thousands how to be good little slaves when they get older. It's so set up against us so a few motherfuckers with everything can have everything and have total control out of all of us. I remember I was working with my uncle, and my uncle subcontracted, and the owner of the business he subcontracted for, they were like the 4th largest carpet installation company in the United States. They did all the Marriott hotels, and Hilton hotels and shit like that. And my uncle was talking to one of the owners and talking about how, man, you should pay him a little more, man. You pay him a little more, you might get more out of him. And the owner was like, nah, pay him just enough. Pay them just enough to where they got to show up the next day. If you pay them too much, they won't show up the next day. They'll have enough money. They won't need to work the next day. You pay them just enough to where they need to show up again the next day to keep on working. If that ain't some slave mentality shit, and that's straight from the boss, man, and that's everywhere you look. Everywhere you look. I was talking to Nisi about Elon. I said, man, Elon would be if Elon ever came into power somewhere, he would be a fucking dictator, man. Now, he might let you have free speech. He might let you cuss and all that shit, but he's still going to snap the whip on your ass and enslave the shit out you and have you enslaved your whole fucking life to build whatever the fuck he wants to see built. But I think if he ever came into power, he probably changed his attitude on that freedom of speech shit. He wouldn't want motherfuckers talking. He'd want his slaves in order all the time. Man, I hate to, and I'm not trying to downplay the past when it comes to slavery. I know slavery was a motherfucker. Like, it was one of the most horrible things in history. You know, I put the genocide of Native Americans, slavery, and then, you know, the couple wars with the motherfuckers that slaughtered millions of people. Like, I put all that shit on the same bad note. You know what I'm saying? It's on the top of my list for bad shit that has been done in this world, man. But you got to call it for what it is now, though. It's modern day slavery. The shit going on, man, is modern day slavery. And we're so fucking stupid that we'll fucking cuss out each other and shit. If I'm working 2 jobs, 80 hours a week, I'm all proud of myself and shit. And I'm looking at the next man like, you only worked 30 hours this week. You was a bum. Get a job. That's just slaves pushing slaves. That's how slick they are. They got us pushing our own selves into slave. We teaching our own kids to be a slave. We ain't smart enough to teach our kids how to make a come up and really make our own to where you ain't got to be a slave for somebody. You know what I'm saying? We ain't smart enough to have that mind to teach but they do. These rich elites, they're teaching their kids how to be slave owners. We're teaching our kids how to be good slaves. And that's just how the fuck it is. That's the truth. Tell me I'm lying. The slaves would. I used to think about it with my man. I ain't trying to throw. Man, fuck it. You know I always keep it real. I always look at my mother made a living out of using the government. She made it a career. She was a career welfare woman. Now, she didn't work. She made it a career to get welfare. You know what I'm saying? And I used to think to myself, it's no wonder that I never knew how to do nothing. I never knew how to buy a house. I didn't know how to buy a car. Shit, I didn't even know how to rent a house. I didn't even know how to rent a house. Shit, when I was a kid, man, we had food stamps, real food stamps, these little tickets in these books. You know, you can only teach what you know. And these elites and shit, these higher ups, these real powerful motherfuckers, man, they are teaching their kids how to be powerful owners of the world. And we are sitting back teaching our kids how to be slaves and arguing with our neighbor on who's a better slave or not, and looking down on somebody if they're not working. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't got no job? Oh, you bum-ass motherfucker. You's a bum. That's a slave cussing out somebody else for not being a slave at that moment. knowing damn well they gonna be a slave though. They gonna get a job sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? But ain't that fucked up? If you really just think about it, just think about it on a very simple way of looking at shit. You know what I mean? Like, think about it in a caveman thought. It's very simple. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that about the trades. You know, my uncle, he told me that back in the days. He was like, hey, you know, because I laid rug my whole life. He's like, man, you'll never have to worry about a robot taking you. Ain't no robot going to be able to go in and lay out no rug and move furniture and deal with a customer and lay this rug in a house. Like, you'll always need humans to do this shit. So you don't have to worry about the robots taking your job. I was like, yeah, I guess so. If they just wasn't so greedy, man. If they just wasn't so greedy. You know, there's enough on this earth for everybody to live comfortable. Why in the fuck does it got to be somebody who has $280 billion? You know what I'm saying? When there's people out here who can't afford to eat. There's people in America right now, kids, starving, man. They ain't got shit to eat. Right now. Right now, there's a mother sitting in a house somewhere, sitting in an apartment somewhere, and she has no idea how she's going to feed her kids tomorrow. She just has no fucking idea, man. And we can look at it, and some people say, oh, yeah, crackhead. She probably on crack. Oh, why she have kids by 7 different dudes? Some shit like that. But still, there's a woman right now sitting in an apartment, worried to death she ain't going to be able to feed her kids tomorrow. And we don't know her situation. Shit. She could have had a good old man who was holding it down. But he got in a car accident and passed away 3 weeks ago. Didn't have enough money to pay for fucking life insurance and shit, so there ain't nothing left for the kids. Ain't nothing left for the wife. Now she's sitting there like, fuck, what am I going to do? I don't know. I think about these things, man. And some people just ain't smart, you know? And it's just the way life is. You know, some people are born with a lower IQ, man, and they ain't the smartest motherfuckers in the world. So they can't work a big job to make big money. They can barely hold it down working for minimum wage. And they go to work every day. But they don't have shit. And they work their ass off. Man, I've known some dumb motherfuckers, man, work their ass off. You know what I'm saying? But they're not, you know, they're never going to be much more than what they are right now because they just don't have the smarts for it, man. Their brains don't work good enough to make more money. You know what I mean? What about them? They're good people, just dumb. And they're struggling, man. I don't know how motherfuckers is making it, man. I don't know how motherfuckers is making it. Good Lord. If I had to raise all my kids right now with this economy and the shit that's going on, man, I probably wouldn't be able to fucking do it, man. I'd have probably lost a long time ago. I'd have probably took myself off this planet, man. It's fucked up. Yeah. And educate themselves, man. Educate themselves. Educate your kids, you know what I mean? Like, find ways to educate. I don't believe in these schools, man. I don't think schools ain't teach me shit. They really did, man. I didn't learn how to make it and shit and learn ways of making it out in this earth until I was done with school. School didn't teach. I mean, look, elementary school, you learn how to read and write and math. Yeah. Learn how to add and subtract, divide. Learn how to write and read. Yeah, cool. But man, once you get past that, them motherfuckers wasn't teaching me shit. It was like, now I don't know. There's probably some really good teachers out there. I got a cousin. She's a math teacher. Well, she was a math teacher. And she was really good, man. She really cared about the students. She's a great teacher, man. Super proud of her. She really, really cared about every single student. Treated them all same level of respect. Always had their back, even when times were rough. I mean, she would go pick them up middle of the night, go pick, these kids up that had a fucked up home life and shit. Like, she was just a really good person, man. But, man, I knew teachers that didn't give two fucks, man. I knew bus drivers that rode around high as a motherfucker. I mean, it's just so fucked up, man. It's just, I say, get some books and teach your kids how to learn on their own, and teach them all about when a kid gets 12, 13 years old, start teaching them about how you pay them bills and how it is to buy a house and a car and what you got to do, and teach them about staying out of trouble so when they turn 18, they can own a gun and protect themselves and protect their household. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of bad shit going on in these schools, man. They just trying to teach them how to suck dick when they boys, and it's fucking, I just can't stand it, man. I just can't stand it. These motherfuckers. I know I'm just preaching, man. I know I'm just preaching. Hey, look, I wasn't the best parent in the world. By far. I was all right. I was always there. But, I even taught my kids I kind of taught my kids to not believe none of it. I kind of turned my boys against schools, not knowing how bad I was turning them against it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was completely turning them. Don't believe nothing them motherfuckers are telling you, man. But my girls, all my girls, they were pretty smart, man. They were picking through. They were learning what they needed to learn, but still watching their ass with these schools and shit. But my boys, man, they took everything I said to heart so fucking deeply. Go against the grain. Hopefully in the long run it works out, though. You know what I mean? Hopefully they find their way and they look back and like, man, it took that to get me here. So hopefully it works out, man. I pray all the time, man. I've been talking to God a lot. Been waking up in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, going outside, looking up at the sky, man, and just talking. Been feeling him, man. It's weird. I was never really a religious dude whatsoever, man. I don't know. Now I'm just running my mouth. Curb creeper, what up? I taught my stepson how to roof and frame. Divorced his mom, but dude is balling now. Got his own business now. Today is my birthday, and he still hit me up. Made me proud. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. No doubt. Almost anybody could become a great roofer or a simple trade and start contracting with homeowners on this. Buy tools and roll with it. I did it straight out of the pen. I hear that. But to master that shit, like, I try to teach my boys, because they worked with me a lot. Even when I took my sons on the job with me all the time. I took my daughters too. Shit, I took my stepdaughter with me too. But I always taught them to, for real, this really means something. Is to take pride in it. You know what I mean? You want to feel good about what you did. And fuck what other people think, man. Like, when you do something, make that shit beautiful. When you tuck in that wall of carpet, man, you want it to be perfect, not a hair sticking up that looks fucked up. You want to walk away, turn around, and look at that wall, and that wall be perfect. seamless. You know what I'm saying? I always taught them, man, everything you fucking do, man, do it to the best you possibly can. Don't just rush through it. Get it done fast, but don't rush through it. It's more important, like, I think teaching somebody to care about what they're doing is more important than teaching them what they're doing. You know what I mean? And figure out new ways, man. You ain't gotta do shit exactly how I do it. If you figure out another way to do it, you might figure out a better way to do it. I don't know. But I appreciate hanging out with y'all, man. I've been going for like 2 hours, hour and, I don't know, 50 minutes or something. So I'm going to call it. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Just figured I'd go live and hang out and talk some shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking to Josh, man. Me and old Josh might be doing a live stream here pretty soon. So I don't know. He got a couple things going on. He gonna hit me up. We almost did it last week. We almost did it this week. But every time he could do it, I couldn't do it. And every time I could do it, he couldn't do it. Like there was like 4 times, man. He would hit me up. All right, what's up? I'm like, man, I got my son coming this. I got my daughters coming that. I got this going on, man. I ain't going to have no time to sit online. I got to take a 3-hour trip here, a 4-hour trip there, blah, blah, blah. But we going to get it together, man, and we going to have a good time, man. Come hang out with y'all. So, you know, be looking out for that, man. We get it going again. But I appreciate y'all. I salute y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Shit can get crazy, man. Shit can get crazy. And the weather, man, real quick. The rain, man, the rain. What the fuck is going on with all this rain? It's like 40 days and 40 nights out this month. I don't know. Fucking rain, man. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all. Let me throw on a beat real quick, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Well, I'll probably do some gaming too pretty soon. I'll go over on Splat Tribe and play the game pretty soon. Not tonight, but soon. All right, y'all. Holla at y'all.